Israeli protesters demanding a deal to free hostages in Gaza. They've attempted to shut down the country in one of the largest and fiercest protests in the 22 months of war. Organizers asserting that hundreds of thousands of people took part in last night's gathering. But those protesters are demanding the end of the war with Hamas instead of taking over the city of Gaza.
And they want a ceasefire deal that secures the release of the remaining hostages. Alex joins us in the newsroom with more. Alex?
And so, Eric and Alexis, protesters gathered in Tel Aviv, one of the largest crowd demonstrations since the war began in October of 2023. Well, last night's rally was the culmination of a day of nationwide protests.
Organizers say more than 1 million Israeli protesters are demanding a ceasefire deal with Hamas. They want to bring home the remaining 50 hostages. Planners say a series of events yesterday included rallies in several cities, a nationwide strike, and this massive protest in Tel Aviv's Hostage Square. Actress Gal Gadot is also showing her support.
I think pressure on the government is critically important.
20 Israeli hostages are believed to be alive as the Israeli government plans a takeover of Gaza City.
This Israeli government clearly has more focus on avenging the dead than it does on redeeming the living. Not that's not important to fundamentally erode and eviscerate Hamas's military capacity.
The protesters say continuing the war is futile. They say that Hamas is too devastated to pose a future threat. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he disagrees. He argues the demonstrations will harden Hamas's stance.
They also ensure that the horrors of October 7th will be repeated and that we will be forced to fight an endless war.
Critics argue the government is using the war to help it remain in power. The Israeli president echoes Netanyahu's claim while striking a more empathetic tone.
I want to say to our brothers and sisters all over the world, we are together in this plight. We want the hostages back home.
And one of the hostages' parents says it's time to end the horrific nightmare that the country has been living in for nearly 2 years. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.